Okay, let's talk through some of the supplies we're going to use to make a reed switch today. The first thing is the reed switch. It has two pieces of metal right in here that when you bring a battery near, they touch, closing the circuit. A 3-volt battery, an LED light. You'll notice that one leg is longer and one leg is shorter. And I usually test to see if it works first. I'm going to use a little cloth to diffuse the light a little bit today. So now I need to set up my circuit, and I know that I want my switch to be here and I want my light to be here. So now I need to come up with a layout that would work. I'm going to keep this switch straight like this because I tried another time to bend the leg to fit a switch and this glass part in the middle broke. So I'm going to have my switch here with a little gap, and then copper tape leading to the light, copper tape leading away from the light, reaching the battery, and then copper tape here. Okay, let's start with that layout. If I do these kind of designs with students, I usually pre-cut all of the supplies to make sure that they're the right length for the student and kind of make each student their own little kit. Since I'm just doing it for myself, I'm going to tear off to the length I need. So now let's do this other piece over here, leaving a gap for that switch so the circuit will not be closed unless that switch comes into contact with the magnet. Sliding it all the way over to the other side. That's going to be under the battery, and I put a little tape donut on the bottom of the battery. And the bottom side is the negative side, and that connects with the short leg of the LED light. That means this side is going to be the positive, and that's the longer side of the LED. All right, so let's get the last bit of copper tape in for that longer side, the positive side, the top of the battery. Just need to get a little piece. Here, tape that right on top of the battery, and unlike the switch, the legs of the light, they can bend and move pretty well, so I'm going to put that in that shape and go ahead and tape that down. I usually squish it really good. So the long leg should be going this way, the short leg is going this way in the circuit, and then I'm going to have my switch right in here. I'm going to just hold it down first and see if it'll work. Not quite, so let's test it out with taping it down. So then we go ahead and add the magnet into the mix, and it closes the circuit, turning on the light bulb. So now we need to add our design. I'm going to do a Minnesota themed design, and it is Babe the Blue Ox. It has the Minnesota state flag with it, and you might not know this story, but Babe the Blue Ox is the companion of Paul Bunyan, who is a lumberjack. So you'll see Paul Bunyan's tool coming in shortly. So I'm going to use this to diffuse the light coming through the star. And then we're going to add the magnet onto the back of the axe, which is the lumberjack's tool. I'm going to add a little glue. So I decided on a little bit of hot glue to add to my axe. And then we're going to take our image and lay it right over our circuit here and attach it in place. So the magnet is right here on the back of the axe. The circuit is all hidden behind Babe the Blue Ox. When we bring the axe in, it lights up our circuit and our Minnesota state flag. So there you have Babe, the blue ox, with a reed circuit to complete the circuit.